You can see me, yes. We're getting ready to start, but we've got a few minutes, 8 minutes to go, so we'll let everybody get online. Okay. So hi everybody. It is 4:53. I am Jennifer Vigran. I am the CEO of Second Helpings, and we're going to wait just a few more minutes for some more people to join us. And so thank you all for being with us today. We really do appreciate that. I see we've got a number of people who are on already. Welcome. Please, if you're on, would you post something in the chat box so we know you're here? I'd love to be able to say hi. Come on, somebody post. Thank you all for being with us. And by the way, there is a lag, so you may post something and I don't get it right away. It's just the way Facebook Live sort of works, and we're finding that there is a pretty significant lag. So if you post something and I don't see it right away, that would be why. Five more minutes, bear with us. We're going to start soon. Okay, I'm having some issues here, so bear with me. Boy, I hit the wrong button. Jacob?
Yes.
You need to help me. I've lost my video. Would you please bring my video? See, so I can see what's going on here. This is not good. It's down here. Okay, I am having trouble seeing the chat. Sydney?
Yeah.
Help?
What do you want?
I want to see where people are posting comments. Thank you. See, you can tell I am not the technological person in the household, as we are seeing that already. Thank you. That may be the solution. All right. Okay, well, we've got 3 minutes to figure this out, so we're doing great here. Would you bring it up on there for me so I can see? Because I can't see that. That's too little. I need to be able to see the comments because I can't see them on here. Wow, I'm seeing a lot. I can see that we do have a lot of some of our chefs and some of our guest instructors. I see Chef Jack London. Haven't seen you in ages, Chef. It's so nice to see that you're on today. I also see Chef Carolina, and I also see a lot of our volunteers, some of whom it's been a few weeks since we've seen each other, and I'm so glad to see that you're on. We do miss you. Thank you. Okay. I still can't see any comments there, Sid. I need to be able to see comments.
I don't think there are.
Has anybody, if you haven't posted a comment and said hi, please do that, because we're trying to see how we can make the comments work. Oh, wait, yay. No, that's not it. Sorry. Okay, we're new at this. I'm just going to sort of figure this out as we go. If you do have comments, please make them, and we're just going to try to figure this out. So we've got 2 more minutes to go. Thank you all for joining us. And one more minute. Thank you all for being with us. We'll be with you shortly. This is my kitchen. This is the other kitchen I hang out in. So thank you for being with us today. I hope that you and your families. Oh, look, I got a comment. Thank you, Stacia. So I do know the comments are working. Excellent. Thank you for that, Stacia. Excellent. So please post that you're here so I can see you're here. And oh, hi, Adrian. Adrian Rios, our volunteer manager, is with us as well today. Thank you for being with us, Adrian. And I also see Ken. Hi, Ken. How are you? So welcome, everybody. My name is Jennifer Vigran. I am the CEO of Second Helpings. Welcome to my home. And thank you for joining us today, because we have a lot to talk about, but more than anything, I'm just so glad to see so many of our volunteers, Second Helpings, guest instructors, chefs who have supported this organization for many years, so many people who have joined us this afternoon to talk a little bit about what's going on in our community right now, what's going on with the needs in our community, and how we're responding at Second Helpings. I sort of think of this, and for some of us, this is a little bit of a reunion. We have many volunteers who we haven't been able to see for a number of weeks, who are wisely making the decision that they need to stay home, and we're grateful for that and for the fact that we know that they're going to be safe. So thank you all for being with us. Let's start by talking a little bit about the challenge. We all know that COVID-19 has created huge challenges for our community almost overnight. Large numbers of people have become unemployed, are finding food insecurity in places that they never found it before. And this is complicated and unlike any other emergency situation we've had in the past, because this is a situation where we can't just all band together and be in the same room together and solve the problem, because we have to make sure that we're also distancing as well. I am incredibly proud of the way that our staff and our volunteers responded to this crisis. Overnight, when it became clear that the normal way that we serve meals and provide meals to organizations where everybody sits and eats together no longer was going to work. Overnight, our staff figured out how to turn that into prepared meals that people could take and eat from home. And what you'll find today at Second Helpings is that those meals are going out to all sorts of organizations, some of them very familiar, some of them organizations we haven't served in the past. To those of you who usually deliver meals or prepare meals in our kitchen, you'll see a lot of still very familiar names. We are still providing meals each day to Wheeler Mission to support the incredible work they do. And we hear regularly from our friend Chef Sam Brown at Wheeler Mission about the needs that they have there, and our staff has been working very hard to make sure that we can meet the needs as they identify them. We're providing meals to, still providing meals to Julian Center and so many other organizations, but also stepping up to provide meals to the Indie Park sites where they are providing meals each day for children who are 18 and under, and providing meals to people at all sorts of different organizations. And it's not just the meal, but also sandwiches. We've had a lot of people in making sandwiches, getting those out to agencies where they find they're really easy to distribute. So that was the first part of the response. The second part was the demand we saw escalated overnight. We went from 20 from more than 20,000 meals a week to now a demand that's over 50,000 meals a week. And the challenge was, how do we respond to that need? And I'm really grateful to our friend Ed Som and so many others who stepped forward and said, we want to help. And you may have heard about the satellite kitchen program that we're doing with Som's, with the Alexander, and now with Cunningham Restaurant Group. And I want you all to know that we are really, really grateful to all of those organizations for making their operations available to Second Helpings. So how does that work? Each of them is providing at cost their staff, their food, and delivering those meals out into the community. So what they've allowed us to do overnight is go from more than 20,000 meals a week to more than 50,000 meals a week. We couldn't have done that on our own. So we're really grateful to them for their partnership. We're also grateful to Governor Holcomb and his team, because they are providing National Guard troops that we can work with through this, beginning later this week, who will be helping us out in the kitchen, helping to get the meals out, because they are able, they actually, I understand, they have health checks before they even come in each morning. So we're gonna see some Guard troops coming in to help supplement our volunteer force and our staff and help keep the meals going. So we're grateful to the governor for his support in making that possible. Also to the mayor and his team, because one of the things we're also doing now is providing meals to people in the homeless camps around Indianapolis. One of the things we don't want to see is that our neighbors in those who are homeless, we don't want to find them that they're wandering around the city trying to find food. As some of the normal sources of food that have been available to them, like Cathedral Kitchen, have closed, that becomes more and more of a crisis. And certainly during this stay-at-home order, we want to make sure that as many people can stay at home as possible, no matter what that home may be. So we've been partnering with the city of Indianapolis, with Horizon House and the Poor House, to provide meals that can be distributed within those homeless camps, and help make sure those folks are fed, but also help reduce the risk of infection around our city and trying to flatten the curve. Dr. Kane is one of my heroes, and her staff has been extraordinary during this epidemic. I can't say enough about how, no matter day or night, when we call, when we have a question, they have been there for us, and they have been provided great suggestions as to how we can continue to make sure that our staff, our volunteers, and everybody we work with is as safe as possible. Last but not least, I want to thank, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Lilly Endowment, the United Way, and all of the funders of the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. That gave us the bandwidth to respond really, really quickly. And that we are so fortunate in the city to have so many great institutions that come together and band together to solve problems. And that goes to not only our funder community, but also our hunger relief partners. Not a day goes by that I don't have conversations with Gleaners, with Midwest Food Bank, with the Salvation Army. All of us are working together and teaming together to try to solve these problems. And I'm really grateful for their partnership throughout this. I see that we have a lot of volunteers on. Thank you, Uma and Sukumar, for being with us, and Linda Shikani. If you're Marigold has been an incredible supporter of Second Helpings over the years, and we are so grateful for that support. So thanks for being with us, Linda, and so many others who have been part of what we do here at Second Helpings. We are really grateful. Some of you are volunteers who are still coming, and we are grateful for that. If you are able, if you are healthy, if you are not in a high risk category and can continue to come and volunteer for Second Helpings, we are truly grateful for that. Our team has been working a lot of hours and working very hard and creatively to try to get the meals out. And everyone who can help us is really appreciated. But again, I want to say, for those of you who are volunteers in a high risk category or have someone at home who you are concerned about, please know that we are glad that you are making the best decision for you, and that the work will be done. It is being done. And we truly look forward to having you come back when this is over and getting back to normal. I think that's something we all crave every day. So I am anxious to hear if anybody has any questions. Please post them in the chat box. We'd love to take any questions you may have. I know that one of the questions that I get a lot is, how can I help? What can I do? There are a lot of ways you can help. What I should point out that one of the things you can do is go to our website. That is www. I'm typing it in right now, secondhelpings.org. /donate. You can go to our website and make a gift of any size. That truly helps a great deal during these times. We're finding there are things we have to pay for we never had to pay for before. One of them, those of you who are familiar with our food rescue program know that each day we go to grocery stores, and we go to hotels and restaurants, and we go to places like the convention center and rescue food from events and extra food from grocery stores. But as you also very well know, there isn't a lot of extra food coming from grocery stores right now, and nor from events or restaurants. So we are finding that while we do have a food coming in, the food supply is a little erratic. Some of the bakeries and other organizations that we've worked with for many, many years are temporarily closed. So we do find that we are having to buy food in ways that we didn't have to before. We're not alone in that. I think you'll find that true in every one of the hunger relief organizations. We are finding that we all need to buy food a little more than we used to. And that's just an unfortunate part of what's going on right now. So your gifts can make a great deal of difference. I see Jeffrey Hartfield. Jeffrey, oh, it's so good to see you that you're on. Jeffrey is one of our graduates. He has been working at Flatwater. I can't even tell you how many years Jeffrey's been at Flatwater. But actually, I remember that Jeffrey started at Flatwater, I think the day after he graduated, and has been there ever since. So Jeffrey wants to know how he can help. If you are someone who can help, you will find on our website there is a place for signing up for our emergency volunteer list, where you can, Adrian, our volunteer manager, goes through that list, and we have a couple of special shifts that we've started for people who can come in to help. So if you would like to come in and help with the cooking, we can't take a lot of volunteers at once. Obviously, as those of you who have been in our kitchen know, we used to work practically elbow to elbow. That's not viable anymore. So instead, we do have people really well spaced out. Everybody's got their own table. We take social distancing very seriously at Second Helpings. Of course, we also take hand washing. Nobody is better at hand washing than people who work in the food service industry. So we're really, really careful about those things. And our staff is also following a very strict protocol on sanitizing the building. So sanitation is incredibly important for what we do at Second Helpings. So that's how you can volunteer. The other thing you can do is if you would like Tuesday evening. Now Tuesday was supposed to be Corks and Forks, our biggest fundraiser of the year. Not in attendance, that's still Tonic Ball, but the one that raises the most money for Second Helpings. Each year that event raises almost 10% of our annual budget. So obviously, we're not going to be having that in person. We are truly grateful to the Pacers and who have hosted that event each year. We are so sorry that we can't be doing this again at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, but we are doing a virtual event, still sponsored by our wonderful friends at Kroger. We are going to have an online auction and an online event. Our staff's been putting together some fun content for the day and for the evening. Please join us. You'll find the links to that on our Facebook page. You'll find links to that on our website. And it's a great opportunity to support Second Helpings, have a little fun. This year, unfortunately, Corks and Forks is BYOB. So pour your favorite drink, put together some snacks, invite some friends, and we hope you'll be with us on Tuesday evening. So if you have questions, please post them in the comments box. We'd love to hear from you. We are, let's see, we're doing pretty well here for time. I'm looking at anything else I needed to tell you about Corks and Forks. I don't think so, but I'm sure if our development team thinks of something I forgot to mention, they will post that in the notes. I see Kathy Jones has already, Chef Kathy Jones, our executive chef, has already reached out to Jeffrey on the comments box. By the way, so one of the things that we did very quickly was we split our staff in response to COVID-19. We split our staff. They're working on two different shifts. Some of us are there every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then working from home on Tuesday, Thursday. Others are there Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and working from home on those other days. So it's kind of hard for us as a team because we're so used to being so close together, and there are some of our team members who we haven't seen in person for several weeks. But that is how we responded to it. It also helps us do a little more social distancing in the building as well. So we can talk a little bit about some of the different agencies that we're serving, particularly with there was a question about who are these additional agencies that we're serving. One of the things that's interesting is we've been able, with our partners, with our satellite kitchen partners, to be able to reach out a little further geographically than we have in the past. And we've heard from communities as far away as Sheridan. And last Thursday, we started serving families in Sheridan. We've been serving families who are usually served by the YMCA in Martinsville. And this week, we're actually sending meals to Eminence. So really reaching out further into Hamilton County, into Morgan County, as well as many, many, many more organizations here in Marion County, helping our neighbors on the near northwest side and the churches that are working with our neighbors there, helping our neighbors really throughout this city. And I'm really grateful to the community centers who have stepped up and are making sure that many of them are actually delivering these meals to their neighbors to make sure that they have them. Yes, Katie just posted to share Corks and Forks with your friends and families too. This is going to be an interesting thing. We've never done this before. I'm sort of reminded of the Jerry Lewis telethon, I think, from my childhood. Maybe I'm dating myself there. But it is an opportunity to see some really, there's some fun video that some folks put together, as well as lots of other information that I hope will be helpful, and some great auction items that have been coming in, even today, new auction items have been coming in. So it's been great to see the community step up to support Second Helpings in so many different ways. We don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know where we're going to be when it's over, But I can tell you this: second helpings will still be there, and we will still be serving our community and adapting to the needs that our community has as this crisis continues and as we recover from it when it's over. I personally am looking forward to seeing all of our volunteers again. We, for those of you who aren't familiar with our volunteer program, we have a couple of events each year where we invite all of our volunteers in, and we have a party and celebrate the great work that they do. And I can't tell you how much I look forward to the day when we can all be together again and maybe share a few war stories from what's happened over the last few weeks and in the weeks ahead. I'd also like to thank, I know we have a lot of our volunteers who come from the healthcare industry and we have retired nurses and doctors and so many people who support second helpings, who recognize do that because they recognize the importance that good nutrition and making sure that people have the food they need, how important that is to people's overall health and making sure that their healthcare works. But there is no time that we have ever known when our healthcare providers are more important than they are today. So I just like to say thank you to all of them. Anything else from me? Anybody else have any more questions? I'm scrolling through the comments here, seeing who's on. Any other? Happy to take more questions if you've got them. Otherwise, you all know where to reach me. Jennifer at secondhelpings.org. That's my email. I am happy to answer any questions you may have. And I do want to thank everyone for their extraordinary support during this time. This has been a challenge unlike any that any of us ever imagined. And we are really, really grateful to all of you for your support, for your engagement, for your advocacy in the work that we do, because this is something that our entire community does together. We can't do this alone. But we can beat this challenge and address this challenge. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, to our staff, and to our partners in our satellite kitchens. Together, 50,000 meals, or more than 50,000 meals, are going to be delivered into our community today. Delivered into our community this week, thanks to all of the different partners who are working together. And we're really, really grateful to all of them. Oh, yes, thank you as well to our volunteers. Just this week, actually, I think it was Friday or Thursday, that Adrian Rios, our volunteer manager, reached out to some of our volunteers and said, hey, could you make some masks, make some of those fabric masks for our staff? And they stepped up in incredible numbers. And I understand we're getting a lot of masks that are showing up tomorrow. And we're great. We are going to we will wash them all first and make sure everything's sanitary. But we are really, really grateful to those of you who have been making masks and preparing those face coverings for our staff and our volunteers to make sure, again, we can minimize as much exposure as possible. And I see we got a note from our friends at Barnes United Methodist Church. Barnes is a longtime partner and one that we have worked with for so many years. We're so grateful to be part of the work that they do in their beautiful food pantry, as well as partnering with the other churches in their area to bring prepared meals that people can eat at home through this crisis. So thank you all so much. Really, really grateful to all of you. Please be safe, please be well, and know that we can address the needs throughout our community. Together we can feed Indiana and feed Indy. Thank you, and have a good evening.